Hey everybody, this is Bill and Deb with I Ride Tiny House Adventures. Say hi, dear.
Hi there.
And we're with
Terry.
You're Terry.
You're Terry, right?
Yes.
I'm Cindy.
And you're Cindy. And I don't know if you all remember this or not. Well, I hope you do, because it was our very last video that we did. As I was showing you how the rains had affected the lake levels and things like that, I shined the camera on this one RV, and I said we just finally had an opportunity just before it was time for us all to part company to meet these folks, and we just wish we would have had more time. Isn't that?
That's exactly.
Is that the way I said it?
That's exactly.
Yeah. And guess what? They started watching some of our videos. They came over to another campground here in Missouri, different from the one we're at, which we will eventually reveal this campground where we're at, but not at the moment. But they reached out to us and they said, hey, we would love to come and visit with you guys some more. So they came here a little while ago, and we've been visiting for what, at least 2.5 hours or so.
At least,
yeah.
And the cake ran out.
Till the cake ran out. No, we got more cake.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, I thought I'd ask if it was okay if we interviewed them here for a little bit. They are full-timers like Deb and I. And if I remember correctly, you guys have been full-timing a little longer than Deb and I have been.
So you have to kind of qualify that.
Okay.
Because in 2009, we hit the road and we were full-time in an RV and continued to live in that RV, either mobile or stationary, for 8 years.
Yeah.
And then we went to a job that actually provided us housing, and a place to park the RV.
Yeah.
So we parked the RV and lived in the housing for 5 years. And 3.5 years ago, we fully retired, hit the road. So 3.5 years in this stint.
So what kind of RV do y'all have? What is that? What is that?
Well, I'll tell you. It's a 2019 Winnebago View, Class C. It's on a Mercedes chassis.
Yeah.
And then we tow a 2009 Jeep Wrangler.
And we were kind of talking about all the different places that y'all had been since you started full-timing. So you've had the opportunity to see a lot of different areas in the good old USA. Is there any particular place that really stands out?
Yes.
And what would that be?
Pacific Northwest.
The Pacific
Washington,
Northwest.
Oregon,
Oh,
Northern
yes.
California.
I want to go see that so bad.
As soon as
Someday.
we retired, we made a beeline for the PNW. And it was beyond our wildest expectations. Absolutely loved it.
And what you hear about rain is not necessarily true.
We
could
summer.
count on one hand the number of rainy days we had in a 4-month window.
Yeah.
So it was beautiful.
So you spent 4 months out there?
Yeah.
Awesome.
We went all the way up to BC and then worked our way back down. And
Oh, wow.
Of course, we haven't had the opportunity to go there yet. It's on the list of things that we'd like to do and places we'd like to go. But what always strikes me when I see videos from that area is how lush the foliage is in that area. It's a shade of green that you just don't see anywhere. You know?
Yes, and we're big hikers. And we would go on hikes where we stopped counting all the waterfalls that we would see. I mean, just every time you turn around a corner, there's Niagara Falls again. It's just,
It's amazing.
Really.
And you know, the landscape is different than any place else because it's rocks and ocean and pine forest, and you know, it's like if you took all the different parts of the U.S. and put them in one area, that's kind of what you get, and it's amazing.
And the weather was so great. We may have just lucked out, I don't know, that summer, but there just wasn't any rain. And we love campfires, so it was beautiful during the day and cool enough at night where we could have campfire. It was just perfect.
So in the 3.5 years that you've traveled, how many miles do you think, is there a way you can put a figure to that? How many miles you've traveled during that time?
We bought the Winnebago new, so we've got about almost 27,000 miles on it.
Okay, so that answers that question. Go ahead, dear. We just had some other friends show up, so Deb is walking over there to say hi to them, but we're going to keep on talking here. I remember during our discussions a little bit ago that you told us that first you started out, and I think this is before you went full-time. I may be a little wrong on that, and you can correct me about that, but you started out with a pretty good size Class A. And what led now you're driving a Class C,
Yes.
right? Smaller, of course.
Yes.
And so, what led you to make this decision to go from the nice, big, luxurious Class A to? And I'm not saying that what you're driving now is not luxurious. Don't get me wrong. But what made you decide to go to that smaller size unit?
Well, it really, if I wanted to point at one thing, we had made a trip to Moab that we had really looked forward to.
Yeah.
And we were going to do BLM,
land.
boondocking.
Campgrounds.
And we got there, and there was no place available that we could fit. And
Yeah.
I mean, we looked everywhere. We got to the point where I just parked it in downtown Moab on the side of the road, and she went off in the Jeep trying to find some place, and we finally
I
gave
think
up.
about 6 hours we spent looking for a place.
Wow.
There was just no
There just was
place.
nothing.
Yeah.
And so we then got on the phone and started calling around, and we ended up, the closest we could find was about 70 miles away over into Colorado. And so off we went. They parked us in this unique place. We were actually in a driveway. They didn't have a site for us.
Yeah.
But, and while we were there, it was raining, it was ugly, and we went out. One of our favorite things is just to go out and look at RVs. We love to just look at floor plans and look at how they've designed things. And we went in one of these Winnebagos, and the light went off. It was like, here we are. We're only here because we couldn't find a place to park the beast.
Uh-huh.
We looked at this and we said, I think we could do this.
Mm-hmm.
And she thought somewhere down the road,
First.
that will be, maybe where we go. But we've bought this big Class A, and we've invested a lot in it. And someday. And I said, why not now?
So there you are.
He stopped me in my tracks. My first instinct was, are you out of your mind? But then I thought, wait a minute, I really love this. I could just picture us in this. It was just, we started out tenting, but then we worked up to a pop-up, and I just loved that pop-up. The size and the ambience of the pop-up was just so cool. And this reminded me of that. It has the big windows and the awning, and it had plenty of room. So I couldn't come up with an objection.
There you go.
And within a month, we had one.
Wow.
So word to all the guys, if you want to win an argument, just make sure there's no way she can object.
Oh, wow.
I know.
I
I'm
need
not
to
sure
write
what
that
the
down.
question,
Yeah.
what
I need
the
to write
trick
that
into
one
that
down.
is. I think there's more to
For
it
sure.
than that.
Well, let me ask you this. I know we've established that you've been truly full-timing for a minimum of 3.5 years. And you've had the house before, and you've done all this before and everything. And you already alluded to this while we were having our discussions a little bit ago before we decided to do this interview. But are you glad you did what you're doing now? Are you glad you started doing this?
We pat ourselves on the back every day.
Yeah.
This
It's
was
the
a
truth.
lifelong dream for both of
Really?
us. Yes.
This is a lifestyle where if you're crazy if you say it doesn't get any better than this, because tomorrow
It
will
get
probably be better.
That's right. We said that so
It's
many
just-
times. And
Except for last week when we were at Lost Bridge North Campground and we had all that rain and wind and everything.
But
you
what,
know?
that
what a
wasn't
beautiful
bad.
setting.
Yeah.
We'd look out our window every day at that lake.
But the lake
that's
was
true.
pretty, even though it was
beautiful.
raining
I
and
would have loved to
windy.
have gotten out and explored a little more, but
Yeah.
it was,
You
it
all
was
you
still
all definitely
great.
had a beautiful view
We
from
did.
your site
We
over
had a
there.
beautiful sight.
And we did have 2 or 3 days during that time when the weather was fairly decent. So
Yeah.
And I was kind of jealous when I'd walk by and see you guys sitting under your awning there, just looking at the view that you had. And I'm
Well,
thinking,
it minimized
special
our need for a shower too.
Hey, you work with what you're dealt,
Yeah.
so I know we haven't talked about this at all before, but Deb and I have mentioned this, and I pretty much know what your answer is going to be because we talk about it a lot too. We've learned a lot from that first day we went out full-timing as far as setups and things like that and all this stuff. Do you ever stop learning something new every day?
Never.
Yeah.
Never. In fact, I just have to give you some creds. watching your videos. You know, there's times that I feel like I pretty much know everything there is to know about my rig, and then I watch one of your videos and you do something that's like, oh man, I have to do that.
I'm sorry.
I never thought of that.
Contagious.
Yeah. Hello, Amazon.
Yeah. I guess Deb and I need to get serious about becoming an Amazon affiliate.
There you go. Yeah.
Give us the link.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, it's we've had a wonderful visit this afternoon with the two of you. We're so happy that you reached out to us, and we're so happy that you weren't that
win-win.
far away at another undisclosed campground on Table Rock
Haven't I
Lake.
always said we meet the nicest people at a campground?
And isn't
We
that
sure
true?
do. All the
Isn't that
time.
true?
It's a
All
good
the
group of
time.
people.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Community.
And
Did
you know,
you ask them if they regretted it?
oh yeah. While you were gone,
Okay.
we've already talked about
Right,
that.
never mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Catch up.
Yeah.
Catch up.
Do you regret it?
Absolutely not. Nope.
Well, you know, we haven't talked about it yet. Of course, Table Rock Lake is just right over there, folks. And except for the cars that run, did I almost, you know,
You have to be careful sitting next to him.
yeah, a lot of people have admonished me, commenters, you know, on the comment thread, you know, you like to talk with your hands, Bill. You need to be careful with that.
Slap you in the face.
Yeah, but
That's why I sit way
anyway,
over here.
what one neat thing
Smart.
Now
about
you
this
tell
site
us.
is, and it's kind of hard to tell with the GoPro camera, but we have a beautiful view right back here of this particular arm of Table Rock Lake. And Table Rock Lake's a beautiful lake.
Yes.
Anyway,
It is.
that's all there is to
It
it.
is gorgeous.
But I'm familiar with the campground you guys are at, and you got some pretty nice views right there
It's
too.
nice.
Yeah,
It's
we've been
a
there
good
before.
site, too.
But we won't talk about where you're at.
No, it's secret.
But anyway,
It's that way.
well, it's that way, and then
That way.
left a little ways.
It's
Yeah.
up a hill and down
yeah,
a hill.
yeah, and you
Yes.
cross the lake again before you get there.
Thank goodness for GPS.
I know.
Yeah. But anyway, here again, we've had a wonderful time visiting with you folks, and we're hoping you can hang around a little bit
Yeah.
longer.
We've enjoyed
Evening's
it.
not
We
over.
got some friends here we want to introduce you to. That's been our
We like
friends
friends.
for years. Oh yeah. And here again, Deb and I, you know, is with the way we feel feel so rich in the fact that we have met so many wonderful people.
Absolutely.
Isn't that right?
It's a big part
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
That our list on our
Continues to grow.
contact list in our phones are getting pretty big, you know, and it's all because we meet wonderful people with the same train of thought that we have about this lifestyle, you know,
People that get it.
and people that get it. That's a good one. People that get it. And so I'll ask you one more thing, because Deb and I commented on this here a while back when we did our 3-year anniversary video. How's your stress level?
We don't have
What's
stress.
What is that?
What
What
is
is
that?
Stress. What is
Well, I
that?
remember back when I was working. I remember
Yeah.
there was something
Stress.
called stress back then.
Kind of remember.
Yeah, it's vague, but
Vague
yeah,
memory.
it's fading quickly. But
You know, the key
there's no
is
stress.
the key is that you have to remember that not everything's going to go perfectly.
No.
Whether mechanical vehicles, things happen. It's just a thing.
Just
You
gotta
know,
roll with it.
Just gotta roll with it.
Yep.
We laugh about it. It's a different world.
Yeah.
And then you have these beautiful oases,
Oh.
like we have here.
So here's a question for you.
Uh-oh.
If you weren't doing this, what do you think you'd be doing?
Sitting on the couch. I'm big enough as it is, but I'd just be sitting on the couch watching TV
Remote in hand.
with remote in hand.
Yep.
And
One of those wonderful cakes sitting beside you.
yeah, Deb baked a new cake recipe.
Oh my God.
That's the only time I get cake is when we know we got company coming. But Deb baked a new cake recipe, and it was really good.
It really was.
But quite honestly, and I've mentioned this before, and it might sound a little cold, I'd be sitting on the couch waiting to die.
Yep.
That's all there is to it.
Exactly.
We've had those thoughts
Yeah.
too. What would we be doing?
And I just can't imagine the rest of my life. You know, you work your whole life to get to this point, and I can't imagine then retiring to the recliner.
Yeah.
And this is an amazing country. There's beauty at every turn.
Absolutely.
there's something for everybody, and it's just amazing.
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to say anything about ages, but you're a lot older than you look.
I am. I am.
Well, once you start this lifestyle, you go the other direction.
That's true.
Oh,
yeah.
that's true. Yeah, that's another one of the perks.
We're,
Absolutely.
or at least me, I'm probably older than you are. So
You think so?
yeah,
I'm not sure about that, but we'll let it go with that.
Surprised.
92.
Okay. Well, hey, you are older than me. You are older
You
than
look
me.
great.
Oh, thanks.
Anyway, I guess we're going to go ahead and sign off for now. And all I can say again is we're so happy that you all reached out to us and to come and
Absolutely.
visit with us. We've had a wonderful conversation this afternoon, and we hope that is a precursor
I was
to
gonna
many,
say,
many more.
We need to keep in touch,
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. We will be seeing each other again.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I know we will.
Absolutely.
But for now, this is Bill
Terry.
Cindy?
And Deb,
saying we're not camping.
we're living.
Exactly. Bye-bye now.